boy is Benny Hanna.
I'm the champ, I'm the champ.
Yeah.
I'm the champ, I'm a champion.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the champ, I'm the champ.
Yeah.
I'm the champ, I'm the champion.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the champ.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JR back with another PUBG video. So if you guys watched my video yesterday, I had said that I would do a best looting spot for Sanhok whenever it gets released on the Xbox One. Still no word of the exact release date, just know it's towards the end of summer. Hopefully we will be seeing it before then, because as you guys know, summer actually runs until September. So hopefully they'll get that worked up before then. So before I get started here, I just wanted to let you guys know that today is actually my birthday, and if you could do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and if you're new, but let's go ahead and get right into it. So from what I've seen, I want to start where there will be less people with also not as good loot. But just keep in mind, from what I've seen, everywhere on this map has good loot. So if you're just starting off on this map, say day one, and you want to land somewhere where maybe there won't be as many people, I mean, I feel like if you don't know where to loot, if you haven't watched this video or have not watched anybody play on this map at all, you're going to want to, you may, shoot for one of the bigger cities. But my first suggestion on, if you're just trying to get a feel for the map, is to maybe land at one of these cities here. Mark them right here, you'll see the line through them. And then, I mean, there are cities everywhere here that you can go to. A lot of the camp places that you can see right here that I just marked right there. And then just cities all around are really good. I mean, it's kind of a hit or miss from what I've seen based on the type of loot that you'll get. But at least you won't have as much contact opposed to the other popular places within the map. Again, I do think that the camp places, like right here, and then you see the other camp right here, are really good places for loot. And then you also have these areas down here. You have this city right here that you can go to. So these maps, these spots I just drew a line through, are going to be pretty good spots. They're going to have pretty good loot without as many people going there, opposed to the actual popular places. And then I've also saw where like the docks and the warehouses are good places as well with the pier. So like right here, I've seen is a good spot. Right here is a pretty good spot. And then another good idea that I've seen people do, let's say you don't want to land in a city, but you also don't want to land in a hot zone. Maybe if you wanted to, like, you could loot one of these buildings right here. Like I said, the warehouses have showed really good loot. So if you can find them, they're really easy. Of course, they're rectangular. They're pretty easy to see on the map, especially if you're able to zoom in. So maybe you loot like one of these little towns, not really towns, but a little group of buildings outside of one of these major areas. And then maybe once you get looted up a little bit, you can go into one of these bigger cities and hopefully get some kills and maybe take the loot without actually having to take the risk of dropping into a hot zone and then, dying off fast because there's so many people. So another cool place that I want to tell you guys about is the cave right here. I saw where there's really not that good loot there, but it's just cool to land in. If you've not seen it before, you basically go through a hole that's in the ground, and it kind of takes you underground into, of course, a cave, which is what it is. So that right there is a pretty cool spot if you just want to land and maybe have fun with the area. So I'm going to get into the top 3 best places to loot, starting with number 3. So number 3 I would recommend is hitting this dock right here. I went ahead and I drew a circle around that. So the dock is almost guaranteed pretty good loot. It just depends on where you land at. One spot may have good loot. Another spot within the docks, you may only find a shotgun or a handgun. So it's kind of a risk. But if you can get to, especially if you can land there alone, then you're almost guaranteed to find really good loot. The second place I would say is the second most popular that's going to have the best loot is going to be this area right here. Now this is the ruins. Great loot. Again, it's high risk, high reward. This is going to be one of the most popular places that people will land on the map. But it's really a cool area. Again, it's ruins. It kind of looks like pyramids to me when I watch people play it. And it looks kind of small, but there is just guns scattered everywhere. And if you can get in and get out, you're almost guaranteed to have good loot there as well. So the best place to land as far as loot goes is going to be this Paradise Resort. You're going to find that this is the most popular area on the map. So there's loot everywhere here. There's buildings everywhere. I mean, you're going to find loot on the ground. You're going to find loot in buildings. You're going to find loot on roofs. You're almost guaranteed to get strapped up if you can make it out of there. I believe that is going to be the most popular area on the map. But I mean, if you can, kind of have an idea on what you're doing day one when this map releases, you're going to have a jump on people. And that's why I came out with this video. I really want to help people know where they want to land and know where they're going to get good loot, know where people is going to be spotted, and really help people get familiar with the map even before it gets released on Xbox. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, this map is much smaller, and I think it's going to be really fun opposed to not seeing anybody for a whole match. And then, of course, the actual match time is going to be slimmer. A match on Miramar or Erangel can last 30 minutes. On here, I'd say 20 minutes max is about the longest it will actually last, depending on how long the circles last. So there's cover everywhere as far as trees goes, but what you really want to do, especially towards the end of the match, you don't want to be caught in an open field. What you really want to do is hit some of these buildings, depending on where you're at in the circle, camp in the buildings and just let people walk by. That's what I've heard is the best strategy. I don't really know how that's going to go. Me personally, I hate being in buildings. I feel like it's so easy for you to get naded and taken out that way. But this map is so small, so people are going to be rushing to get to the circle. They're going to be rushing to find cover. So if you can hit, just any of these buildings, just really depends on where the circle's at. If you can hit one of these buildings, then it's really going to help you have cover, and then you can really shoot at people coming by. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess we will see whenever the map gets released. I mean, hopefully, again, like I said, it will be released soon, but I just wanted to come out with a video today. And like I said, if you enjoyed this video, think it helped you out whatsoever, just go ahead, do me a big favor, man. Hit that like button and then subscribe if you're new. And then if you want to leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think of this map so far, and let me know if you think PUBG is actually going to make it after a lot of these other big time games come out, such as Black Ops, Battlefield with that battle royales. I think it will, just based on their gunplay, but they're really going to have to get their overall game fixed. But I believe it's still going to be a fun. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But if you enjoyed this video, man, like I said, it really helped me out if you could sub and like. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.